Hey Premiere Pro users, welcome back to the Premiere Brocast. I'm your host, Sean Schools. Thank you so much for watching. Today we have two tutorials for you. First one is a custom wipe transition, and the second is how to create an offset effect in Premiere Pro. We got a quick Premiere profile for you and a free Premiere product, so let's get started. First tutorial is by VideoFort on how to create a custom wipe transition in Premiere Pro. So this custom wipe transition refers to when an object or a subject completely wipes the frame and reveals the clip underneath it. And there's really two things you need for this to really work best. Your object or subject has to span the frame from top to bottom, and it has to enter and exit frame completely. Once you have that, it's just a matter of animating a mask so that it reveals the clip that's underneath it. In VideoFort's example, he's using a piece of exercise equipment that forms a straight line, and this is a very simple 4-point mask that he animates. If the object wiping your frame is, say, a human that's crossing camera, the mask is going to be much more complicated because you're going to have to redraw it every frame around his or her body. Custom wipe transitions are very powerful because they're so organic. Think about it. You're using an element that's in your footage to transition. It's awesome when you just see the opportunity for a custom wipe transition in your footage, but oftentimes it's the ones that you plan for that are going to be most impactful. VideoFort does a crazy good job showing you how to do this. You can click the card that's up there. There's a link in the description below. Make sure you follow VideoFort, especially if you like After Effects tutorials. Second tutorial is how to create an offset effect in Premiere Pro. I'm putting that in air quotes because there's an actual offset effect in Premiere Pro, and that is not what we're talking about. In this tutorial, Kyler Holland is going to show you how to create a mask around a subject or an object, duplicate that clip, and then spread the positioning out so it creates what could be described as an echo. First thing you're going to want to do is create a mask around your subject or object using the free draw Bezier tool, and that can be found in the Effect Controls panel under Opacity. Once your mask is complete, duplicate your clip several times and then trim the handles of the duplicated clip several frames behind the previous clip. In your timeline, it's going to look like a staircase of clips. From there, you're just going to adjust the positioning of each duplicated clip so that it looks like an offset of the previous iteration. Now, one thing Kyler didn't mention, or at least I don't remember him mentioning, is the fact that the background has to be kind of plain and consistent. In Kyler's example, he's using the sky with no clouds or any type of gradient. It's just a nice blue sky. No matter how good your mask is, when you duplicate it and feather it, you're going to see some of the background a little bit. And if you've got a really busy background, it could be very distracting. If you're on a plain, consistent background, it's going to look best because your masks are going to blend much more seamlessly. So that's the offset effect in Premiere Pro. Go ahead and watch Kyler's tutorial. The card is up there. The link is down there. If you have experience with this effect, I would love to hear your tips and best practices for how to make it work. Talk to me in the comments below. Next, we have a Premiere profile, and this is just Premiere Bros lingo for an interview with a Premiere Pro user. Adobe interviewed Jason Diamond, who is, along with his twin and Joshua Wilson, one of the partners at Supersphere, a specialized VR production company. And he talks about how he and his brother got into VR, and there's this really cool shot of a custom red camera VR rig that they made. It'll blow your mind. He of course talks about how he and Supersphere take advantage of Premiere Pro's built-in VR and 360 video tools. He also talks about using the entire Creative Cloud suite for their VR and 360 video production workflow. From stitching to viewing VR and 360 video to painting out the tripod, Jason and his team use Premiere Pro and the rest of the Creative Cloud suite in their workflow. So if you're a Premiere Pro fan and you're feeling swept up with all the VR and 360 video, you're gonna love this interview. You can follow Jason and Supersphere on Twitter. They're great resources for VR and 360 video production. And lastly, we have a free Premiere product. Rory Illidge has created a free zoom transition effect preset in the style of Sam Kolder. You can click the card up there or the link in the description to see how to import the effect as well as apply it to your clips. And it's a great zoom transition to have, and it looks just like Sam Kolder's, amazing travel log videos. So go ahead and download that. It's free. Thank you so much for joining me. We will see you next Tuesday for the next episode of the Premiere Brocast.